Alright guys, how you guys doing today? Happy Easter to every one of you. Yes, even in the midst of we all celebrating Easter, a lot of families right now, a lot of Nigerians are not celebrating Easter. As you know that the insecurity in the country is growing rapidly. A lot of people have lost their lives for the past couple of weeks, in Nigeria. As we speak, our president is absent. The vice president is incapacitated. The number 3 man, the Senate president, is nowhere to be found. So we are just like people living in a house without a roof. Whenever a rain falls, it's going to fall on all of us. The insecurity is alarming. Nigeria right now is a dangerous country to stay. But I'd like us to listen to these videos. Let's take this together. Because there are ultimatum now given, or rather, conditions given for this insecurity to stop in Plateau State. It's baffling. Let's watch this together.
It is totally wrong for anybody, any human being, to say there is tribal intolerance as long as this matter is concerned. The Fulanis and the Tea people that I'm talking about have lived together for years. Is it correct at this moment for a herdsman to enter our farms, violate our women, violate our daughters, destroy our yams that is our only source of livelihood, and then when you shout, you are killed, your pregnant women are ripped open, and then somebody says it's tribal intolerance? I don't understand. I don't get it. And then when the governor and all the stakeholders, the political class, the traditional rulers, everybody in Benue State come together and say the solution to this problem is a bill, is ranching, then somebody says it is wrong. I don't get it. There is sympathy on the side of the herdsmen. We have said there is land for you in Benue, but not for open grazing. Come and take land, pay for it, ranch your cows. We are not saying we don't want you in Benue State. We are not saying don't come to Benue. We are saying come to Benue and take this land, pay for it. I have not seen a Yoruba man going to Kano to take land for cocoa free of charge. I have not seen. I have not seen a chief man going to Plateau or even Kwara to take land to farm his yams for free. These are businesses, for crying out loud. Cow herdsmen, this is business. Our yams are business. That is where we get money to feed our people. That's where we get money to take them to pay our children's school fees. So, if you are taking this matter, it is better to take it wholly. Don't look at it from your own side that a deal has been made, therefore it is anti a particular group of persons. It is not. I want to make it clear that I am a victim. They have killed my people. They haven't killed your people. They haven't killed others. I'm talking from a position of pain. I'm talking of, we have a youth leader in one of my local governments was killed, slaughtered, his tongue and his private part removed. We know what we are talking about by herdsmen. Is that political intolerance? I mean, is that tribal intolerance? You sit in the comfort of your house. Somebody comes to kill you. The man was in his house. So, when we are contributing to issues like this, we shouldn't contribute to things that will inflame the situation. We are talking from positions that we have pains. Somebody should not come and add salt to
Fulani organization in Plateau State in the aftermath of the community invasion in Bokos that left many people dead, including women and children, issued a condition if peace is to reign in Plateau State as yarned.
We demand the immediate removal of Commander Sector 5 Operation Safe Haven Bokos Colonel Dauda Majem for bias, unprofessional military conduct, inciting violence, inciting religious intolerance and bigotry, incompetence and violation of military ethics and constitutional provisions. We are demanding for the disbandment of the notorious and anti-Fulani squad, the state security outfit codenamed Operation Rainbow, arrest and prosecute her operatives involved in killing, maiming, arresting, and displacing Fulani communities in Bokos local government.
Yes.
So how do we start to declare war against insecurity in Nigeria?
The question Nigerians will ask themselves is, what exactly is the value of a Nigerian life in Nigeria today? What is it worth? 52 people were killed in a state. The president is reflecting about his policies in a foreign country. If cows of herdsmen are killed, you will see Mieti Allah will come out and put out a statement. If we decide that as a people, we have accepted our fate, that there is no value or dignity to the Nigerian life, we can keep quiet and wait for your turn. Tomorrow it is Ondo, next tomorrow. Look at one of the Afenifere leaders, Paru Ben Fashoronti. You remember his daughter, the poor woman who had lived all her life overseas. She came to attend an event. She was carried by herdsmen and they killed that poor lady. So you think that it does not come close to you until it strikes you. There are people from the east today in Nigeria who cannot go to their villages to go and attend anything. They are stuck in other cities.
Even in Benue, they can't go to their farms.
They can't go to their farms. And then you are talking of why there is hunger and everything. Farmers cannot go. They are being slaughtered. So all of us will have to ask ourselves the question, are we worth the life that we have? Do we really want to dignify the Nigerian life? Imagine 50 US citizens killed by not hurricane, earthquake, internal security. Somebody went and slaughtered, and the president of America is in another country, reflecting on his policies. Nigerians have become so used to bad governance that we have accepted our fate. So we have become docile. There is maximum frustration in Nigeria, but the question is, with your frustration, what is the action? Anger is not a plan.
So what is the action?
All of us must decide to begin to get good leadership. And it must come back to this issue of INEC. You cannot do, if you do a revolution today, because you hear some people shout revolution now, if you chase President Tinubu or any other person in government who takes over, you must go back to the electoral system. Because that is the only system that will bring a government that will have legitimacy to rule. So whether or not you like, look at what happened in Bangladesh. You protest, you went there.
So these reforms that you are asking for, who is in charge of doing the reform? Is it not your National Assembly?
It is the National Assembly.
So what are we saying?
That is where men must mount. That is where the focus must be. The protests that will happen in Nigeria, that will change Nigeria, will be in the National Assembly. It is not the Senate President's house. It is the People's Parliament. Whatever change you want from your constitution or from your laws will be gotten there. And if the people are not ready to give it to you willingly, you must exert pressure, maximum civil pressure, peacefully, as democratic fundamental human right, to get what you want. Other than that, until Nigerian politicians, the people in power, begin to become afraid of the power of the people, Nigeria will not change. For as long as we are the ones who are afraid of them, we will continue in this suffering and killing. Unfortunately, they are protected and insulated. On the next, if a war happens or any natural disaster, they have private jets that are parking. Their children are not even here. So if you begin to think of that and you think of our lives, then we must get the wisdom and courage. We no wonder. Nigerians are dying. You know, one protest. People are dying without protest. The ones who killed in Plateau, were they protesting against government? We must protest peacefully and demand for change. It doesn't come easy. Your oppressors will not hand you freedom on a platter now. You will rise up and take it.
We begin with the rising spate of insecurity in Nigeria, with no fewer than 144 persons killed by herdsmen in the two north-central states of Plateau and Benue in the last 2 weeks. The bloodletting intensified on Tuesday with the killing of at least 13 persons, while scores of others sustained injuries, with over 50 houses razed. 104 persons, comprising 53 in Basa local government area and about 51 to 52 in Bokos local government area of Plateau State, were killed by the marauding herdsmen. At least 40 people have also been killed in Benue State. Now, similar attacks have claimed several lives in other Benue communities in Otukpo and Gwe West and Gwe East local government areas. Aside from the killings in the north-central states, Boko Haram insurgents also attacked Adamawa communities in Hong local government area, killing 7 persons, while scores of others are still missing. This comes as the governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, has raised the alarm over the resurgence of Boko Haram fighters in the state. On his part, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfong says he believes, quote, every community must defend itself in response to the mass killings in the state by suspected armed herders, as everyone cannot be sleeping at the same time. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has ordered a full-scale security offensive following the deadly attacks. He condemned the killings and directed security agencies to identify and apprehend the perpetrators. Meanwhile, news just coming in says the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, has just arrived in the north central state of Plateau, and he will be meeting with heads of military operations in the state and, of course, state officials. Well, joining us to examine the worsening security situation in Plateau State.
The issues, of course, are out there, and it's things that we would have to look at it again and again to be sure we get done with it. The challenges that we're going through as a people, we have made it very clear that the issues on the plateau is not farmer-herder clash. We have made it clear again that it is obvious this is genocidal in nature. The level of destruction, the killings and destruction that we're seeing, it's just obvious that it's not far from land-grabbing tendencies that we are seeing as a people on the plateau. Of recent, you are aware, it was in the nights and people were sleeping, including children.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole lot
yes,
of Nigerians.
So how do you there is no
students, I mean, children were not spared by these killers.
Children between the ages of 3 to 8 were part of those that were killed. Old women, over 70-year-old people were part of that number that were killed. So we can tell that this is not a herders clash. So it's proper that at this point we get this narrative right, that no, it is not that. There are no two communities that are clashing at the moment on the plateau. There are no community A rising against B or community B rising
there are other
above.
reports that said that some of these herdsmen were attacked by some local communities, and as a result of that, these attackers, whether they're headsmen or not, had to go back, regroup, and then come back to defend themselves.
I would, if this is true, which I do not want to believe so, because even in the midst of the attacks, you still find the herders, they are still within those communities. If you go to Plateau, you will still find them, that they are still within the community. But one thing that I can say is that they are faceless. So how do you justify who is behind this killing? Because they come in the night, attack, do their destruction, and then disappear. Before morning, they are no more there again. So how do we justify that it's these same people? However, we do not want to separate it from criminality. We do not want to separate it from terrorism as an instrument they're using to destroy lives and properties. And if you look at the trends of what they are doing, this is, if you go around Plateau now, people are preparing for the farming season. And so now with these attacks, they just put in fear in the people, and then people will restrain from farming. Okay, so this is deliberate, it's genocidal.
Exactly. What is the what of a Nigerian today? You that is saying, oh, IAPC are the support, now my village person they rule, and whatever. Any reason that is making you to support the satanism. My question to you is that, what is your own what? What is the what of your life, your family, your wife, your children, your relatives, your loved ones, or anyone affiliated to you? What is the what? Nigeria, as we speak right now, is terrible. Today's supposed to be an Easter day where people will be celebrating with their family and eating and all that. I promise you that majority of Nigerians today, no food for them to eat. What do I know? Our duty is to continue to speak truth to power, to use our platform for good things, for positivism, and do what we can as a patriotic Nigerian. Thank you guys. Follow us every day. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, join us every day, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's continue to pour out our plight together. Take care and bye for now. Happy Easter once again.